Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, today we're reviewing Amazing Spider Man number 2. Like the front cover where Mary Jane's kind of turning away Peter. So we'll see if anything's revealed there. I don't know. Now, as always, we're trying to hit 200 subscribers, and when we do, we're going to be giving away this book. It's the Joker number 1, Mark Brooks variant cover. And all you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll give you a chance to win. And when we hit 200 subscribers, we'll be giving the book away. And whoever wins is also going to get a CBCA sticker, which is the Comic Book Community Awards. And that's kind of like the Oscars for comic book YouTube personalities like myself. And a comic book channel much bigger than me is going to win that. But hey, I'm trying to help support them, and you guys should check that out on Brian LCS's channel. Alright, let's get dived right on into Amazing Spider-Man number 2. Now, there's a couple things we always got to cover before we get dived into the issue. The first thing is a giant spoiler warning. We're going to be completely spoiling everything that happens. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Amazing Spider-Man number 2, that is your warning. Alright, next up, I do want to shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, then we wouldn't have a comic book to read here today, right? So we have Zeb Wells is doing the writing, John Romita Jr. is the penciler, Scott Hanna is the inker, Marcio Menez is the colorist, and VC's Joe Carmagna is the letterer. Alright, there's a foreword here, and it says, Peter Parker has the proportional speed, strength, and agility of a spider, adhesive fingertips and toes, and the unique precognitive awareness of danger called spider sense. After the tragic death of his Uncle Ben, Peter Parker understood that with great power there must also come great responsibility. He became the crime-fighting superhero called the Amazing Spider-Man. 6 months ago, something happened to Peter Parker, and now he has to live with the consequences of what he did. His debts have racked up, he's burned bridges with most of his friends, he's betrayed Aunt May's trust, and MJ. MJ has moved on from him. But crime doesn't take a break just because Spider-Man's personal life is a mess. Spider-Man busted a weapons trade between gang lords the Rose and Tombstone, and got into it with each boss's respective lieutenants, Digger and White Rabbit. As revenge for letting the deal go south, the Rose blew up Tombstone's mansion. Tombstone is gearing up for war and has decided to make educating Spider-Man his hobby. And we start off, and there's a knock on the door, and Peter Parker thinks it's his landlord coming for the rent. It's not, it's actually Norman Osborn, and he comes in. He basically makes a deal with him. He knows Peter's like down on his luck, so he's like, I have a job for you. Call me tomorrow, and we will kind of, I'll let you know what the job is then, and don't be late. So the next day, Peter's waiting around. Then he hears, Peter, there's Norman Osborn 5 minutes late. And he says, Stanley, Normie, what exactly is going on? Because Norman Osborn's brought his kids. And what ends up happening is Norman needed a babysitter. And so I guess maybe he's hiring Peter Parker to be a babysitter. So Peter Parker babysits Norman Osborn's kids for the day, his 2 kids. And then we see Tombstone and White Rabbit. Somebody calls Janice, and he kind of makes her put on a White Rabbit outfit eventually. But he's basically saying that he is now going to start the crime again, and he doesn't want her to see this, right? And he pulls with a wrench his capped teeth out so that he has his sharp teeth back. Apparently says he spent $2,000 a tooth to have those nice teeth put in. So, and then Then we see the actual White Rabbit and Kareem, and they are trying to steal some stuff, and in breaks Spidey through the glass, and he's like, "My Spider-Man sense isn't tingling. That's kind of strange." Um, but he had put a spider tracer on their SUV and was tracing them, and basically makes a deal with them, saying, "Because I have leverage, no one wants to spend a night in jail, so let's make a deal. You tell me where Tombstone is, and I go after him and leave you two. And if he takes me down, you go free. I take him down, I'm coming for you, of course, but at least you have a head start. I don't usually make deals like this, but I want to get this done today." And so she's like, "All right," and tells him where Tombstone's hiding. He webs him up and says, "Yeah, when the cops get here, you can tell him that Spider-Man doesn't make deals," and leaves him for the police to deal with. But he's heads off to go find Tombstone. Tombstone actually shows up at the crime master's place and proceeds to tell crime master that, "Bring all your people. I'm about to kill you, and you're gonna need help if you want to try to stop me." And so Spider-Man's on his way. Um, he ends up kind of getting there a little bit late. Tombstone's already taken out most of the crime lord's henchmen, and he's got crime lord sitting right there, and he's kind of scared. He doesn't want to be hurt by Tombstone, and begs for Spider-Man's help. Basically, Spider-Man's like, "I'm not gonna let him kill you." And Tombstone's like, "All right, stop me," basically, and so then he starts fighting Tombstone, and they get kind of, he kicks Tombstone into the van that Tombstone was loading up a bunch of weapons that he was stealing from the crime master, and I just wanted to show you guys this panel right here because I like both these pages are really cool. And so we see here Spider-Man fighting Tombstone, and they end up inside of the back of this van, and it ends up not really looking too well for Peter, for our hero, and the walls are closing in on him, and Tombstone says, "Do you feel it? How bad you just messed up?" And the crime master says, "Let's not forget I'm down here." And he says, "That's the truth closing in on you, kid. Time to learn your lesson." Spider-Man says maybe and kicks him in the head, but at the same time, he punches him right in the bread basket and knocks Spider-Man out of his breath. And so Spider-Man gets a little worried and tries one more move, like a double punch to the side of both of Tombstone's head. That doesn't work though, and that gets him close enough that Tombstone can now bear hug him, and so he bear hugs him, and Peter thinks he's got me. Doesn't make a sound. Ribs crack. He smiles, and then all we see is Peter going into the darkness, and we see the van that the moving van that he's in the back of go inside of a building where we see White Rabbit also, one of Tombstone's henchmen, and the door slams, and it says "to be continued." Go ahead and show you the last panel of Spider-Man getting kind of knocked out and everything. It's not looking really good. Right? So yeah, that's Spider-Man number 2. I'm definitely enjoying Zebwell's story. Uh, I'm kind of interested to see what's happened, why Peter is in this predicament. Unfortunately, we didn't get any more with Mary Jane really, so we don't know what's going on there. They're saving that. I mean, we're creeping up on issue 900, right? So I'm sure they have big plans for that. That's probably what's going on. Um, yeah, I mean, super cool art too. Like I said in the last review, I feel like John Romita Jr. is really starting to come back into his own. If you saw some of the panels that I showed, I I'm enjoying it. He kind of, I don't want to say like he copied his dad or anything, but he kind of has a bit of his dad's style in his style, and so it's kind of a throwback art style, and but then with new inking and new color. Um, I just like it. I don't know. Maybe like a lot of people say, John Romita Jr. is a personal. Either you like it or you don't. I like it. So yeah, I'm enjoying the art. I'm enjoying the storyline right now. I want to see what happens, and yeah, I mean, are they gonna get back together, or are we gonna see maybe Black Cat or Peter Peter maybe checking out some of the other women that have always kind of been around that fans have been like maybe he could anyways. That's what I have. I give Amazing Spider-Man 2 a thumbs up. Um, yeah, if you guys like this kind of content, like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll enter you to win the Joker #1 too. Maybe you'll win a free book. And if you've watched this far into the video, hey, click the link below, shop on my eBay store, and help me if you want to help me out or help the channel out, whatever. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.